Good morning, Rogersville. Welcome to your favorite locally produced morning show.
Good morning.
Morning.
The #1 rated locally produced morning show in Rogersville, Missouri.
How many weeks straight?
Best,
over 50 weeks straight.
Yeah,
10
that's
out of 10
incredible.
best
What a record.
morning show in Rogersville.
Yep.
Every time someone's ever voted on it.
Yep. that's
Every
right.
time.
Yep. Indeed.
Well, that's how the
I
show's
am
going to be
best.
today.
Good morning, Beth.
I'm best female personality for a morning show in Rogersville.
Three-way tie for
Yes, the awards ceremony is coming up soon.
yeah, the Raji's.
The Raji's.
Raji's.
Ooh, when are we doing that? We've
I don't
talked
know.
about that.
We have talked about that. We maybe need more shows. Best morning show. Best
It would
sports.
be.
I don't think it has to be about our shows. I think just, we ought to
Yeah.
do the Raji's and
Yeah, we
celebrate
should.
people in Rogersville.
I think you're right. I think they'd be awesome. We should.
Because
Totally
you know
do
what? 417 Magazine's a joke and all their...
that. Yes, it is.
Throwing shade.
I did. I jumped
beginning.
straight in.
I will. I will.
Ballard's like,
I'm done with.
And not just because I haven't made their list for best hair. I'm just saying, like...
No, but I think a lot of people that have businesses in the 417 area have, now that they've been around for 10 years, have had the experience of, oh, hey, you're on our best of list.
Uh-huh.
And then,
And here's what you pay to...
well, and then when you don't, all of a sudden the next year you're nowhere to be seen on the
Right,
list.
yeah.
And so you're like, oh, it's pay to play.
I see how this works.
Yeah, it's total.
I
It's
see
a
how this
total
works.
pay to play.
But what if
And,
we had Raji's that were just simply based on merit? What we see people doing
I
in
like
this
that.
town.
and no participation awards.
There's
That's right.
a gentleman who picks up litter all the time now, and his name has escaped me, and I can figure it out on Facebook, but I'll give him a Raji.
Yeah. Well, and the waving couple.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, the
like
waivers.
that's
Happy
the
waivers.
Happy waivers. That's a great little Raji award. You know, we
I
just
like
keep
it.
going. I think all the people out at Rockin' Rogersville a couple weekends ago.
Yep.
It's good
The
to
hard
get
work
and get
done.
the fringe people too, the people that aren't like like
The French
Those
people.
sneaky nice
the fringe,
people.
the sneaky nice people.
Yeah,
Yeah, the ones
just-
that aren't just in your face like, hey,
Hey, I'm here again.
Hey.
Notice me. Not that we're saying other
look at
people.
us.
No, we're talking about it. You're talking about
Wait,
us.
talk about us. Hey,
know,
look at
here we
us.
are.
We're on the show being awesome.
We're not awesome. We're just in everyone's face all the time. They see us. They know we exist.
Hey, Brittany.
We need
The
to get those.
phrenologist
I hope
is
that's your wife, Ballard.
tuned
It
in.
is. I'm in that. Should I
Stop
take
it,
on air?
Chris.
It
Stop
says
it, Chris.
sweetie.
It says you need to stop, Chris.
I look over at Sweetie. I'm like, oh, that's your wife,
She's
Ballard.
holding me. She's holding me accountable on air right now. Stop it.
Stop talking. Shh.
Woo, boy.
Oh, that's good times.
So yesterday was a day off, sort of, kind of.
Yeah, it was. Oh, good morning, Brittany.
No school.
Brittany said good morning to us. Nice
Yeah.
to see the phrenologist is talking to us this
Yes,
morning.
indeed.
Yeah, and it was delightful. The kids did not have school, and I'm sure the teachers and staff and students appreciated that break. I know we did. And I got to just go to my office and work all day and not worry about leaving to go pick them up.
We did a MSU college visit with Jack yesterday. So
Did you get lost on campus?
All right, guys. Sorry,
Could you
I'm gonna
park?
go earn myself a Raji.
okay,
Shayna's
What?
at the high school and her car won't start. I'm
Okay.
gonna go be a hero.
No.
okay,
Rogersville, I'm out.
okay.
That sucks.
That's
Don't
a good,
forget your phone.
That's a good husband right there.
There's your coffee.
And your coffee. Yeah.
I do one thing right.
Stop and get breakfast on the way.
Take her coffee. Hey, look what I can readjust our screen so that we're not lopsided.
Well,
sort of
that's good.
anymore.
Since we lost, I
Since-
have no idea what to say now.
Well, the MSU college visit was interesting. I got to ask 2 questions before my wife gave me the look that says, stop asking those questions because you're embarrassing everyone.
Oh, no. What questions
can't-
do you ask?
Well, okay, so first of all, Grace Field and Rogersville grad was our tour guide,
Yeah.
which immediately made me be on better behavior than I normally am when I visit college institutions.
Higher education.
So she did a great job. She's given us a tour. And so, they take us to the residence hall. And you probably haven't been in a residence hall in a long time.
It's
but
been a minute.
they have all kinds of posters all over the alcove where the elevators are because
Yep.
they're promoting things.
Yep.
And so, we're standing there and she says, does anybody have any questions? I'm like, yeah. Do you have a lot of drag shows on campus? Because they're advertised on there. And, she gives actually a very great political answer. And so there's like us and like 2 other families, which is why my wife is like, you need to stop.
It's like, shh,
Stop
you
it.
get shushed in public. It's enough.
And she's like, any other questions? And I'm like, yeah, I'm reading your signs here. Is there a huge problem with campus rape? Because you have a lot of signs about campus rape. Is that a big deal here?
Oh my gosh. And you know, those poor college tour guides are just like,
Oh, we got
like
one.
I've never heard this before.
Yeah. So anyway, there's like one other dad in the group, and he's just like, I'm getting the eyeball high five. It's like, you go, boy.
He's lacing up his white New Balances, and he's like, ugh.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, we were having a good time.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was
so,
fun.
well, that's good.
But we got to visit the ag department, and I will say this, for all of my disdain for state higher public education and its incipient nonsense, the ag department at MSU seems to have at least a finger hold on reality.
Well, that's good. Don't they have that big facility on Kansas Expressway?
Yeah, they do. They do out there. But we met with a
By the
couple of
prison.
professors there. One of which is actually I go to church with him.
That's cool.
Mike Burton. So he actually stopped in and chatted with us for a while, and he was reassuring. Good. So I don't know. Jack's looking at a couple different schools. MSU is one of them in agribusiness. We're looking pretty hard, maybe at Hannibal LaGrange, which is the thing
better
with
than Hannibal Lecter.
Yes, Hannibal LaGrange is a conservative Christian school, which we like.
Okay,
but they have a trap shooting team, and they give scholarships for trap shooting.
That's cool.
So that's kind of a big deal.
You can get scholarships for all kinds of cool things like
but
bass fishing and bowling.
MSU will give you a scholarship for esports, but not for trap shooting.
But do they have a trap shooting team?
They have a trap shooting club. It's just getting started, kind of, sort of.
So it's not really been on their radar for a while.
You know, Drury has a burgeoning shotgun sports because they stole our coach from Rogersville. Kevin Boyer was our coach.
So you're a Drury alum, right?
I am a
Drury alums.
Yeah, and my wife's a Drury alum.
Oh, that's very nice. Very good.
I'm not really much of a Drury fan because
I left college in 3 years. I did my 3-year tour and got done as quick as I could, and then I kind of just,
we did 2 college tours with Drury with our oldest boys, and it seems to be a bigger nonsense factory than even MSU as far as just snowflake and all that nonsense.
We're gonna go down a dark path real soon.
I'm just
no, it's fair.
Really, there is a dark path we could go down more,
but we're not.
We're not.
I want to talk about what was happening this weekend because you got to meet a big time celebrity.
I did. I could maybe figure out how to get the picture. You think that's worth?
So Will picked up Jace Roberts at the airport.
Robertson,
mm-hmm. And
from star of A&E's Duck Dynasty.
And I mean, when that show was at its peak, it was a big deal. Pickle.
It was a big deal.
Did they just kind of gradually go off air? Is that what happened?
No. They had a finale and it was over and all that stuff. So.
I couldn't remember if it was one of those things where shows hardly even last what? I mean, you get 8 seasons and you got a lot of show.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And you guys had Man Camp. And you got to pick up Jace. He was always my favorite when I watched the show. Yeah,
mine too. And they aren't doing.
Let's see if I can get it.
They aren't doing the. Let's see. They aren't doing the show anymore, but they do
like podcasts. And there he is.
There we are.
Hey, there's that guy.
Yep, that's me with the glasses.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, and then Jace.
Jace
is the guy with the beard.
There he is. Very Jacey.
Yep.
So, and it sounds like from what Brittany's asking what the morning waffle is. That's hilarious. It's a.
Thanks, Brittany. We
what
appreciate.
Is it not?
It's only been here for a year. Jeez.
Brittany, it's a morning show that we do, and we talk about whatever we want. And there's usually 4 of us, but there's currently 2 of us right at this exact moment.
We've suffered some attrition. Yeah, normally Tom's over here and Chris is over there.
But today we had to punt. So that's what it's a morning coffee show, morning talk.
Yeah.
Yep. We talk about whatever we want. So Jace was on TV.
I got buttons now.
I know. It's scary. So he is how he is on TV.
Totally.
Just a normal guy.
Yeah. So picked him up at the airport. Oh yeah, I should. Emma mentioned this. So
crap. We missed an opportunity.
We did?
With the dinosaur. I just saw the comment.
What about it?
We should have talked to Jace about getting the purple dinosaur back. I bet he could have found it.
So he mentioned it actually. So
What?
yeah. So what he did is because he's wanting to know a little bit. He basically read. Okay. Brittany works too much to watch. Yeah, I get that. Well, you can just listen and you can watch anytime. And you don't have to watch live. You can watch it recorded. But no, he read our Wikipedia entry, and so he actually asked me.
That means somebody entered the purple dinosaur as a Wikipedia thing.
Yep. It's in there. It's in Rogersville, Missouri's Wikipedia entry.
Okay. Start the story from the beginning.
So, so he asked me as we're leaving from the airport, so what's Rogersville known for? I'm like, well, we're the raccoon capital of the world, which I need to research this because our Wikipedia entry now says we're the former.
We are the former, I think.
Well, what happened?
I don't know.
Somebody supplant us?
Because I don't know. My understanding was that was based off of raccoon hunting, not just a raccoon population. And when they used to have the big
coon supper,
of like 2,000 people would come eat. Raccoon. They when that was going on, that gave us the title of the raccoon capital of the world. But like it wasn't raccoon, like I said, it wasn't population based. It was just like raccoon hunting based. So when I think that stopped, then that's why it's the former.
Title?
We lost the title. I mean, I don't think there was like a ceremony where they took it from us.
Well, is there a new raccoon capital of the world? That would be my question.
I'll have to look and see. I don't know.
So anyway, he asked me that, and then apparently he spent some time researching Rogersville, which basically I think consisted of reading the Wikipedia entry because I went back and read it, and basically his information was all from that. And he did note that our purple dinosaur had been abersnatched. So he did that. But no, he was just a pretty cool regular guy. Picked him up, and I like I was telling you before, I was prepared to just leave him alone.
Just let the man be.
Just let him be. But he was not into that. He was very chatty the whole time that we were together, and he was impressed by our dove population.
The doves make the weirdest noises.
Yeah, I don't
like them.
But well, he would be totally up for shooting them for you because he was counting doves out of the back of my truck.
Well, it's like you're sitting there, you're outside, and they're always around everywhere. Because I don't think anybody, I don't know, I don't hear of too many people dove hunting here. I know people do.
Chris does.
I know Chris does,
yep.
And I bet John does. But you obviously aren't hunting them in town, and so maybe that's why the towns have wicked high dove populations. But they make the weirdest noises. They're like, "Hoo, bah!" Like, you're outside, and it's just like, "Oh, it's the dove."
It's very disturbing.
It's weird, and it's like, "Wah!" It's strange.
But
so if anybody needs a dove caller while they're dove hunting, I can do that.
You could
obviously,
do that. Yeah. I don't know if you can call doves, but
I don't know, but they're easy to find.
Jace did a great job. Our weather held off nicely.
Wonderful.
It was just like
I thought about you guys because of the weather this weekend.
It was just like having a live podcast in my car. Holy cow!
Holy guacamole! Delete that. It's some sort of weird spam.
Yeah, we got spammed. That's how we've arrived. People are spamming us.
We did it. Oh,
we'll have to go
fun.
delete that.
Mano Baru spammed us. Oh, it's Mona. It is Mona, not Manu. It's about herpes.
No, she's got a herpes problem, though.
Oh, gosh, that's great.
There you go.
So we finally made it on the waffle. We got spammed this morning.
Spam comments.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
we'll go back and delete that. Yeah, just don't click that link.
Yeah, do not click the shady link.
If you have a problem with herpes, do not click that link.
You'll probably get herpes if you click the link.
Right. This has been an interesting show. We've had a guest bail.
One of the hosts bailed.
Host bailed, celebrity discussion, and now we've been spammed in the comments section. That means some creepy person's watching us out there. Oh, I'm going to spam them. I'll get them on this one.
Brittany said repeat that, and I don't know.
It was the dove call.
That's it. And the other big celebrity was in town, Tom Baker.
So Tom Baker, he's not been here lately because he's been working his real job, and he's been busy. He's been filming, but then on Saturday, the movie he was in, and I can't remember exactly when he was filming that. It was I don't know if it was a year ago. I'm not 100%
I don't think
sure.
it was quite a year ago.
Time doesn't mean a lot to me. And so it premiered at Alamo.
He played the bad guy,
I think he was a bad guy. And I was going to ask, I know, Brittany, I got you. So he debuted and they did like a whole premiere thing. Like I saw the pictures. We couldn't go because we were celebrating Claire's birthday. Yep. But I mean, we could have taken her to a premiere.
I think I was
movie.
asleep after Man
I
Camp.
would bet. I almost messaged you a couple times of the weekend, like, how did it go? I'm like, he's tired.
I was done. I was down.
So, yeah, Tom's movie that he acted in premiered, and I'm going to see it sometime when there's another chance. So, congratulations, buddy.
The Land of Milk and Honey, I
know,
believe is what it was called. It
looked kind of creepy. I was going to ask Ballard about that, but he went to go help his wife, so I don't get to ask him right now, whatever.
And then coming up this weekend is Farm and Harvest Fest, right?
Holy guacamole. This is turning into a pretty big dill pickle.
Good deal.
Yep. So there's like 50 organizations and vendors lined up.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a I am not fully grasping.
What did you do?
Well, Lori at the chamber, I told her from the beginning. I wore my shirt today. I'm like, Rogersville Friends of the Park can only contribute what we normally contribute because we don't have volunteers lined up to help organize stuff right now. So we can do the farmers market type vendors. There's going to be well over 20 of those. And she spearheaded the rest of this and put a team of people together to work on it. And Corey over at the parks at the city of Rogersville is helping us out. So there's going to be a petting zoo. And that's going to be the nice Creedstown Ranch folks. And there's going to be a hayride. And there's going to be FFAs doing like butter making. And there's going to be games and pumpkin chunking. Throw your pumpkins, $10 a throw. Whoever goes the furthest wins half the cash pot. And it's going to be an all-day family fun festival at the park.
Me and Phil Dowden and I, we're going to be there with the K-ROG tent.
Meat show.
What?
Meat show.
Meat show, yeah. Smoke show.
Smoke show.
The smoke show. And, Best Lake Expanded Park. Well, we'd love to.
Where you're going to park? I don't know.
But we're working with Valley Mountain Quality Meats.
Yes.
And so we're going to be giving away some slider samples that Phil and I are going to cook live and give them away there.
How many samples can I have?
You can have one.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we can have one sample that will have, but you'll get to try some of the Valley Mountain Quality Meat because their stuff is awesome.
What I've had is I was very pleased with, and I know the folks that have
jazzed.
the processing plant that they do that down in Kabul. They're nice people. The Longs, they're good stuff. So that's all around good deal. And there's gonna be music and cloggers and entertainment, and there's Brittany the Ferologist sponsored pumpkin chunkin'. There's something else I thought of. Oh, food trucks. Ozark Empire Fair food truck's gonna be there. Flannel Cup's gonna be there. A couple others. It's going to be awesome.
Flannel Cup did a great job for us at Man Camp, by the way.
Good.
They showed
She's a nice
up
gal.
and
she's from my hometown.
We didn't support them well, I'll be honest.
They did a great job, but we didn't do that.
We didn't do them right, but they powered through. They did a great job. So they got out there because I'm like, yeah, it's at Fellowship Farm, and here's the address. Because we just use a church address for that, but it's technically really not the same.
It's kind of across the road, isn't it?
Yeah, so they kind of missed. And so they texted me at like 10 till 6 a.m. And I'm like, there's nobody here, and it's pouring down rain, and I'm sleeping. So I get up like an hour later, and I see this text, and I'm like, oh, left. I don't blame them.
No.
But I texted her back, so I guess they'd been waiting for an hour.
Oh my gosh!
And I feel terrible. But then she calls me. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's just right across the road, and we got her there. And I texted my friend Todd, who was already there. And I'm like, hey, look for them, find them. We got them hooked up. Yeah. But it was raining, and they couldn't use their generator, so we can't cook any food.
Oh no!
We just have coffee and that. I'm like, go get them one of those pop-ups. And so I sent some guys over, and they brought one of the pop-ups over. We got them, and we got them running. And we got them took care of. They served food, and it's delicious food, and the guys loved it. Good. It's very, very good. So.
Well, and I mean, the food truck business you got to deal with a lot of curveballs on that because you are popping up at locations that you're not your normal deal. So that's cool. I went to the Slavic Harvest Festival this weekend at the Bread of Life Church.
Tell me about that.
That was fun.
Yeah?
Okay. So Tatiana, my friend, was like, you need to go to this. And I was like, I do need to go to this. I wanted to go last year, and it's something coincided. Will's distracted me with stuff he's doing on the computer. something happened where I couldn't do it. But so the Bread of Life Church is over in and County Line Road vicinity. So kind of that, that part of not in Rogersville, but not Rogersville city limits. And so I got there at 11, and they have like very just old school kid games. Like, they got horses you could pet, and they had hockey and different stuff like that.
Wait, hockey?
Yeah, they had hockey. Yeah.
How'd they do hockey?
Parking lot hockey.
Okay.
So street hockey. So they had hockey and toss the ball through the loop thing. And the big thing that you go there for is the food. And so they have 6 or 7 tents lined up on one end of the parking lot. When the food's ready, their lines open, and it's different countries, and I'm going to butcher this. It's Russia, the Ukraine, Moldova.
Yep.
Kazakhstan? Nope. I'm guessing it has to do with the Gaza Strip area.
Oh.
Maybe? No, that wouldn't be right.
That's Middle East.
That's right. It's I can't say it. I don't know what it is. And I've showed the word to a couple people, and they didn't know it either. So it's not something we're super familiar with.
Kyrgyzstan?
No, it's a G. It's like G-A.
Really?
Hold up. I can show you. Maybe you can pronounce this. And so anyway, when the food's ready, you line up, and okay, here it is. Gagazian. Moldovan.
Mm-hmm.
Belarusian. Ukrainian, Russian. Okay, so there's those.
I actually have a friend I know, a guy from Tudor Kret. He's from Moldova.
Moldova was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
The Ukrainian line was really long. I didn't get to try it, but I got to try everything else. So you line up, and you get a tray, and you walk up to the tent, and they've got samples of 3 to 4 different things. And
that sounds fantastic.
You don't pay for it either. I mean, you're supposed to do a donation, which I did. Sure. And I think the donation goes to church and mission trips and stuff. And so you just pick up the little plates, and it's a pretty large sample of stuff. And so I tried stewed meats and crepes and pickled cabbage stuff and cabbage rolls and I'm trying to think, dumplings. The Russian dumplings were really good. They're they were delicious. And it was really good. I mean, it was such a neat experience because I got to try probably 20 dishes I have never had before. I mean, I've had things similar to them.
Well, that sounds awesome.
Here's my my begging of the Bread of Life Church folks. Obviously, you guys can cook, and a lot of your congregation can cook because these are not simple things that you slap together. I could tell that these are things that take a while to make, and it was homemade stuff, you could tell. And I didn't even get to the, 20 feet of homemade desserts table.
Wow.
Because they had that thing covered in saran wrap, and you could tell it was like a grandma's kitchen. You're not eating the cake until the cake is ready. Yeah. So I didn't even get to that because
eat your pierogi.
The rain was coming, right? And so we're we better go. And we had the birthday party that afternoon. So Jesse and I sat and ate with the girls. They carved up. There's a lot of carbs. It was good. But it was so awesome. So here's what I'm going to say to the Bread of Life Church people. Open a restaurant in Rogersville.
There you go, yeah.
Get some nice folks from your congregation who love to cook and feed people because they obviously do. It's super nice. It was fun. You got your food. You went and sat. You listened to music and karaoke. And it was really, truly a food sampling event.
Well, and that'd be a really cool restaurant because it'd be a real good destination because there's not anything like that.
No, there's not.
So it'd be very unique, and people would come here.
I guess I don't know if it'd be a Slavic restaurant. I don't know exactly what. I mean, it could be Russian food, whatever. But seriously, a restaurant needs to be open because that type of food to me is not that different than American food. Mm-hmm. It's just slightly because it's the same kind of base of stewed meats and potatoes and pastas and different things like that. And we are Americans eat that stuff. That's our cuisine as well.
The one thing that I was thinking of as you were talking about all of that is that's one of the things that I really like when our country works well. That's what happens is because you get all of these different cultures that come here and they share that and they say, we want to share this with you. And then we all have this melting pot, and it all works together. And we take the best of cultures from all over the world and create our own unique American culture.
Well, I mean, there's nothing. We love culture. Culture is a wonderful thing. We want people to be able to share the things that they love, whether it's through food or music or, their church communities or however they want to do it. That's what it's supposed to be all about. Wherever you are, you're supposed to be happy enough that you're sharing the good things about your life and your culture.
Exactly.
And the Americans, we have our own culture. Missouri has their own culture. The Ozarks has its own culture. And they need to work together. But seriously, I can't believe, because we have a large Eastern European population in this area. And I think we need, I want to see them.
Yeah.
I want in a restaurant. I want some more. I think there's a specialty food store in Springfield that I'm going to go try.
Okay. Cool.
It's on Republic Road.
Do you want to see what I made last night?
Yeah, but it was right up your alley, Will. You need to go try it next year.
Here's what I made last night.
Oh, I saw this already. Those French fries. I mean, your sandwich looks good, but those French fries look perfect.
Well, thank you.
How'd you make the French fries? What was the process?
The process is I cut a potato up into French fry size pieces. That's how it all started.
How'd you cook it?
Yeah. Well, okay, so we're in the kitchen there, and so we've got a deep fryer like any fast food place has, and so you blanch your fries.
Yes.
So that's the first thing. You put them in there for 2 or 3 minutes where they just start to
cook.
turn,
Yep.
and you pull them out, drain them, and you let them cool off.
Nice. Yep.
And then we made the sandwich and we did all the rest of that stuff, but then right before you serve them, you put them back in.
Yep.
And you cook them all the way to done. And then you immediately season them.
Yes.
And so we got to mix up our own seasoning. So that was a lot of kosher salt. And then I had thyme, rosemary, cilantro, and parsley and basil all chopped up in my salt with a little bit of pepper and Parmesan,
really
a lot of Parmesan. And then then you toss them in a metal bowl, and then you put them on your plate.
They looked really good.
It was fun. They were good.
What else was on the steak sandwich?
So the steak sandwich, actually no, that's a jicama slaw.
Okay.
So we julienned carrots, cabbage, jicama. That went in a metal bowl, and then a little bit of truffle oil, a little bit of lime juice, and I think was that cilantro in there, or was that parsley?
It sounds like something that would have cilantro in it.
I think that was cilantro in that. And then so that was just a slaw with some salt and pepper, and that went in the fridge to chill out.
Yep.
And then we made a chipotle mayo.
Very nice.
So it was mayonnaise with a roasted chipotle, some roasted garlic, and some parsley in that.
Yep.
And then that went on the sandwich. Slice of Swiss cheese, your slaw, your roast beef, another slice of Swiss cheese, a little oil on the bread, and that sourdough bread. Then fry it in the pan, both sides, and then stick it in the oven for about 8 minutes.
Oh, the oven tip's good because we do a lot of grilled sandwiches in my family.
No, you take so this actually was a good tip for me to learn last night. So a lot of times I'm like, oh, I want my cheese melty. And so I put it in the microwave. Well, that makes your whole sandwich soggy when you do that. Yeah. But what you do is this whole metal pan. So you have to have the right kind of pans. It can't have plastic handles or anything like that.
Yeah, you stick it in.
So, but you put the whole skillet, pan right in the oven for,
so it melts.
6 or 8 minutes, and your whole sandwich comes out hot. And it's awesome.
It's a good tip.
It was really good. I really liked it.
I, for the first time in my life, made a really crispy at-home pizza crust.
Did you now?
I did. Because we've been making, as a kid, we made our own pizza dough. Because, we lived in Houston, Missouri, and there was Pizza Hut when Pizza Hut was really good back in the day. But, still, we made a lot of homemade pizza at home with our homemade crust. And the crust is good, but it's not crispy. And I've tried to figure out for years now how to make a crispy crust. I've not really made that many attempts, but last night I'm like, I'm going to try a wheat crust, and I'm going to try to make it crispy because I feel like if it's not crispy, it's not going to be very good.
Right, yeah.
So I made a wheat crust recipe that was wheat flour and white flour, and I rolled it. It let it rise for a little bit, and I rolled it super thin, as thin as it was comfortable moving.
Did you spin it?
I didn't know. I've never figured that out. I think you got to have the right gluten going on to do the thing. And
probably so.
So then I pricked it with a fork. I put my pizza stone in like a 475 oven, put just the crust, brush it with olive oil, put it on the pizza stone in the oven, and let it like pre-bake. And that worked good. And then I pulled it out, put my toppings on, and then let it finish. And Jess and I were both impressed. It was like McSalty's bear pie. Have you ever had that?
Yes, I have had that.
It was like bear pie.
That's a good job.
I put a picture on Instagram, so you can look at my Instagram.
The last homemade pizzas I made in my smoker, actually. So
that's good.
I made the dough. If you got a dough hook, you can do all kinds of fun stuff.
Oh yeah, dough hook's big. That's a big deal.
But pizza dough actually is really easy to make.
Yeah, it's crazy easy. It's like 5 things.
Yeah, and
water, yeast, flour, oil, salt.
But I put it in the. I made the pizza, and I just put it in the. I keep wanting to say Blackstone. Put it in the pit barrel, the cooker, and I made one just like mozzarella and all that stuff. But I made a barbecue pizza with banana peppers and pulled pork and barbecue sauce, and yeah, that was pretty tasty too.
It'd be real good. I like barbecue pizza, but I gotta have if I have barbecue pizza, I gotta have it with pepperoni or something too. Because I found
separate. An additional
like I gotta have
piece.
A slice of barbecue and a slice of pepperoni.
Just
because
a little
if I
bit
just
of
eat barbecue
traditionalist.
pizza, I don't get my pepperoni fix.
I've never been a huge pepperoni fan. I actually got to where it's crazy. I like hamburger pizza.
Hamburger pizza is
good.
Pizza.
As long as
they
don't
had a cheeseburger pizza.
Yes, those are good.
Those are
with the pickles.
Good. With the pickles.
Yes.
We're gonna now talk about food for the next 6 hours.
We could do that.
We could
totally do that.
I went to brunch on Sunday with my cousin and our mutual friend, good friend forever, and which I don't get to do that stuff very often. And we were talking, and then we got on the subject of food, and I mean, we could have literally talked for 6 hours about food.
Yeah, well, food's important.
But
it's an everyday kind of thing.
So I would like to see, back to the festival thing, I would like to see more of these food sampling festivals. That's what Greek Fest is like in Springfield. I haven't been able to go to that. I don't know if they've done it the past couple of years with the vid. But those food sampling festivals are a wonderful way to experience culture. And it's just like at the holidays. Everybody brings their dish.
Yep.
I'm already planning for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah?
It's a 2-month planning process.
I've got too much between now and then. We got Jack's birthday. Oh wait, we got food tip here.
Beth, try adding a half teaspoon of garlic powder into pizza dough.
There you go.
It's a good tip.
It's a good tip.
That's a pro tip.
Yep. You know what I've gotten into recently is black garlic.
Black garlic's good. I went through a black garlic phase about a year ago. It's good.
Yeah, I like black garlic. It's super, super good
It's
stuff.
a good product.
Very savory.
It's fun. Yes, it's very savory. And it holds a long time if I'm thinking right. Like you can buy it and it sits in your fridge forever.
Yep. So
it's good stuff.
Yep, it's good. Now there's too much going on.
Oh gosh.
For me to think about Thanksgiving already, I mean, because we've got the Farm and Harvest Festival coming this Saturday.
This is gonna be huge.
There is a like a chili cook-off men's event at my church like the next weekend, and then maybe there's nothing the 23rd. I'm sure there is, but then it's like Jack's 17th birthday party, and we always let him have a bonfire. So there's that. And Halloween, and then I'm leaving the country.
Oh yeah, so that's a for sure thing. For sure.
I can't say where I'm going.
That's a secret.
Well, I'm going to the World Expo.
Yep.
But
that's exciting.
I mean, I'll be in Dubai. It's okay. I can say that. We're gonna be over there. So I'll to the extent that I'm allowed to share what I'm doing over there.
Yeah.
Because they've got you can't if you take you're like not supposed to take it's like illegal. Like if I'm taking your picture and like somebody walks in the background.
Nope.
Yeah, it's like a no because you took their picture without permission. So it would be really awkward to try to broadcast and stuff from there because if somebody walks into the frame, and I mean I don't want to get in trouble.
No, you don't want to get in trouble in a foreign country. That's just a rule of thumb.
But I'm thinking if I got I'm thinking if I got the right robe and the right kind of hat, I might. You
might have to go tan for a while.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Other than that,
you hit the tanning bed hard and got the right clothes, you might be able to pull it off. Me, I'm real lucky. I can blend in.
Yes, you'd be fine.
If it's a dark-haired country, I can blend in pretty good.
You'd be good to go.
Oh, I've had a funny experience. Speaking of dark hair, I've had a funny experience lately. So when my dad was like in his 50s, I remember my mom saying, people think your dad dyes his hair. And I'm like, why would people think dad dyes his hair? Because he wasn't gray. And I'm like, that's so silly. Like, why would anybody think that? Well, then here recently, people have looked at me who don't know me real well or haven't been around me and my kids a lot. They've looked at me and then they've looked at Evelyn and they've been like, oh, that's your real hair color. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
So now I see.
Yeah. Well, hair that dark is kind of rare. Yeah. But like my mom has it. My sister has it.
Yeah,
She's got dark hair like that. She got, when she was like in high school and playing tennis and would get really, really tan.
Yeah.
She got mistaken for Native American like all the time, which is kind of legit. We've got a little bit of that blood in us.
I think most people who have family from this area any length of time have Yeah, that's right, Shan. I come by it honest. It's so fun. Like I said, I remember thinking that was crazy when I was a kid because, like, my dad, his personality does not fit with hair dye.
But yeah, somebody said about Sarah one time. She said, "Yeah, that little Indian girl that lives up the street." Oh, what? Oh,
my sister?
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, whatever. Shanna says, we all know Lauren's part of the mob. It was funny. I was with one of my friends from college one time. We were eating pizza, and she was introduced me. She's like, isn't your family Italian? No. That is one of the few things we are not.
No, you're not. Not Italian.
No, but I mean, if a mobster wants to move here and open a delicious Italian restaurant, I'm okay with that.
We're good to go with that.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Okay. Well, on that invitation, maybe
we're back to food again.
Yeah, we'll land the plane here today.
So,
thanks for watching.
Yeah,
you guys all watched us. You stuck with us.
Thanks for sticking with us.
We don't need these other guys.
No,
we clearly don't.
We'll talk about food and make people hungry. So.
Hey, whatever pays the bills, right?
Is it paying the bills?
Well,
I don't think so.
This is one of them that pays the bills.
Well, it's Tuesday. Oh, and head out to the market at Samuel Cedars tonight. Visit. That's a good vibe out there. Nice music, and they got some cool stuff. So do that tonight, and then on Friday night too. I'll shout out to the Project Grad ladies. Friday Night Lights after the football game.
I'm really looking forward to that. I think I want to do
There's
that.
Tatiana. She's the one that invited me to the Harvest Festival. Thank you. She opened my world to many types of delicious food.
Yep,
that's good stuff.
Good stuff.
So do that Friday night, and then Saturday, you'd be crazy not to come to the Farm and Harvest Festival.
Yeah, no kidding. And Friday morning, Cassie and I will be back with our Friday morning.
She was a delightful host. Host.
Host. And we may have a guest. We're trying to have guests for that show.
I like it.
So we'll see what happens. All right. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.